All signs are pointing to this for the remainder of the 2025 season for the Boston Red Sox. Now, this has been something that has been argued about and trying to be figured out by pretty much everybody in the realm of the Boston Red Sox on Twitter, sports radio, on TV. But this is what I have for you today. Before we get into everything, if you are part of the percentage, the 79.4% that is not subscribed to our channel, please make sure you do so and help us on that journey to 5,000 subscribers. Let's try to get to that mark by the end of the regular season. Now, what I have for you today involves one of the Red Sox top, prospects, considering he played the first couple of games, or he played the first couple of months up in Boston and then was sent back down because he wasn't performing to what he was at the beginning of the season, which is perfectly fine. He's 21, 22 years old. That's perfectly fine. That's going to happen. He's going to get into a slump. But now that he's definitely not in that slump, why is Kristian Campbell still in AAA? That is the question on everybody's mind, especially mine, and I do have some thoughts involving this matter. Kristian Campbell is one of my favorite prospects in the entire league. He's one of my favorite players on the Red Sox, but I do understand what they were coming from with sending him back down in June. He just wasn't performing very, very good. He had a 902 OPS and was the AL Rookie of the Month in April. And then as soon as he was awarded that, he was sent down after hitting 170 in May and June. Again, I'm not worried about that really. I'm actually surprised that the Red Sox did that because they are the type of team to try to keep their guy up here and trying to just get him out of the slump up here. But again, a 22-year-old kid, he's going to go into a slump his first season. That's not anything to be worried about. So I think sending him down was the right idea because he has found himself in Worcester. After struggling his first 15 to 20 games in Worcester, Campbell certainly rediscovered his swing. He's hitting 310, 420, and 429 over the last 15 games. Campbell has learned first base and has appeared in 23 games and has only committed 2 errors in those games. It appears that Campbell has done everything that the Red Sox have wanted him to do in AAA, and Campbell's success in AAA, I don't know if I want him to replace Toro. Again, Toro has been struggling over the last 30 games, hitting 188 and a 277 slugging percentage, but he is not a terrible first baseman. I do think Campbell is a better defender and just a better player overall. But if you can have Toro, who's a pretty solid first baseman, and then Campbell at second or short, which is his main position, and then I would say put him at second and then move Rafaela back to the outfield and have Duran still in the outfield, Duran, Rafaela, Abreu, and then have Roman Anthony as DH. I think that team is super, super solid. But again, it's not my decision. It's Alex Cora's decision where they're going to put these guys. I wouldn't be upset, so to speak, that Toro gets moved to AAA and Campbell does take his place at first base because, again, I do think Campbell is a better player than Toro. I just think we need to have the most talent and just the most whatever at every position. And Toro has played more first base games in the MLB than Campbell. Again, Campbell played 0 games at first base up with the Red Sox. So that is the only thing that I'm not worried about, but that is the only thing that is in defense of Abraham Toro because Campbell doesn't know what it's like to play first base at Fenway Park or another pro park. He's only played first base in Worcester for the Woo Sox. So that is the only questionable thing. The only concern of Breslow with Campbell was his 25.9% strikeout rate. Last year, Campbell was the only player who struck out a lot in the minors with a 17.9% strikeout rate. He did seem to strike out a lot, and he had a 27.4 strikeout rate in May, which was not good at all. But it's expected that his strikeout rate is going to drop below the 20% or even lower, as this article does say. I wouldn't be surprised at that either if Campbell's strikeout rate does drop a significant amount, but I don't know if it will go below 20. I think if it does go below 20, he's definitely our guy. The Red Sox have a super young, solid team, so I'm not nervous. I'm not worried about the direction of Kristian Campbell. He had his hit streak, if I'm certain, I think it's around 15-ish games. It might be even more. I don't know. Oh, here we go. He has 7 extra base hits and 10 walks over his last 21 games, and he's got hits in 18 of those games. That is unbelievable. He's batting really, really solid. I love to see Kristian Campbell finally succeeding. These are his stats this year, his 2025 MLB stats. He had 229 at-bats with 24 runs, 51 hits, 6 homers, 21 RBIs, 2 stolen bases with a 223 average and an OBP of 319 and his OPS of 664. As you can see, he has less at-bats than the minors, more runs, 10 less hits, 1 less homer, same amount of RBIs, same amount of stolen bases, a higher batting average, a higher OBP, and a higher OPS. Everything, again, the signs are pointing to Kristian Campbell coming back in Boston and playing. But again, Abraham Toro, what are we going to do with him? He has 7 homers with 26 RBIs. His on-base percentage is .301, and he has 14 walks in 245 at-bats with 61 hits, 2 stolen bases, and 40 strikeouts. Again, his current slugging is .388. His stats aren't really the best right now, or at least in these last couple of months. I do see Campbell coming up pretty soon, if not the next 6 home games, definitely against the Yankees. I think Campbell can do a ton of damage against the Yankees, especially a division rival. Again, Toro in his last 30, he's batting .188 and slugging .277. That's not the best. Again, with the loss yesterday, that puts the Red Sox at 66-56, 10 games above 500, which you love to see. And at home, they're 39-22. In away, they're 27-34, and they're 4.5 games back from the Toronto Blue Jays. I am not worried about the Toronto Blue Jays at all, to be honest with you. I think they're a fluke. I think they are a fake first-place team. I do think when the playoffs come around, the Blue Jays are not going to be as good. Just our away record is the only thing that kind of worries me. Just because if you want to make the playoffs, you're going to learn how to have to win away. And again, they're only 7 games below 500 away. But at home, I am not worried at all. At home, they seem to be indestructible. They seem to be unbeatable. Over the last couple of series, they've just won so many games in Fenway, which I love. They're 5-5 over the last 10. Nothing to worry about. Again, their remaining schedule is pretty easy. Again, their next 5 is against the Marlins, who are possibly a playoff team, and the Orioles, who are a division rival, but they are the worst team in the AL East, that's for sure. I am not worried about them one bit. I do think, however, that Kristian Campbell is going to be called up very, very soon with the Boston Red Sox. Who knows what they're going to do with Toro? I have faith in Alex Cora that he's going to make the right decision. He's going to see that Campbell is the right option for this team and to play first base. But I wouldn't be upset if they put Cedon back in the outfield and they put Campbell at second. But I would prefer if Campbell did play first. Thank you guys so much for watching. That is all I have for you today. Red Sox are off today. They do have a game tomorrow and then throughout the rest of the week. Thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know what you guys think about the whole Campbell situation. If you guys are ready to see him back up, or if you think he has more to prove in Worcester. If Toro is going to be the guy that is going to be replaced by Campbell. Just all that fun stuff. Don't forget to like, subscribe, do all of the fun stuff, share. Remember, if you're part of that 79.4% that is not subscribed, please make sure you do so. Thank you guys so much for watching. Always remember, go Sox.